Hi guys, this is Mrs. Khan here. So in this video, I am going to teach you how to use the Pythagorean theorem, how to solve the questions when one of the side of the right triangle is missing. So we're going to quickly just go over the vocabulary verse here. Pythagorean theorem. It's in any right triangle, the sum of the squares of the legs is equal to the square of the hypotenuse. So they're basically saying the square of the hypotenuse, whatever we get, so let's say this is 5, and let's say this is 3, and that's a 4, okay? The square of the hypotenuse, so 5 to the power 2 is a 25, equal the square of a 9, square of 3, sorry, is 9, and square of a 4 is 16. So we got a 25 equal 25. That's what the Pythagorean theorem is. The sum of the squares of the legs is equal to the square of the hypotenuse. When you take the square of the legs and then add their sum together, both of them, this one and this one, it is equivalent to the square of the hypotenuse. And Pythagorean theorem is only can be used on the right triangle, a triangle that has a 90-degree angle. Okay, not a triangles like that. This is not a right triangle. Okay, so only a right triangle that has a 90-degree angle. So legs, as I already talked about it before, the shorter sides of the triangle. These two are the shorter sides. This is the leg, and that is also the leg. Their length can be different, but they are always shorter than the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is the longest side of the triangle, right triangle, or the side that is opposite to the 90-degree angle. Okay, so let's do some examples here. And on the right hand side, I have written the steps you need to follow. Step number 1 is draw a picture. So if you don't have any picture given to you, draw it. You are required to draw a picture, especially for the word problems. Number 2, identify and label. Very important to learn how to label your right triangle. So if you label your sides wrong, you are going to get a wrong answer. Number 3, square the two unknown values, and then here we are going to do a little bit algebra here. And if we do need to find one of the leg, then you need to do the square root. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to give you both formulas. If you need to find the hypotenuse, you are going to use this formula, c square equal a square plus b square. If you need to find one of the side, actually I'll give you 3 formulas here. If you need to find one of the legs, so it will be a square equal c square minus b square. If you need to find a b square, it will be c square minus a square. So these are the 3 formulas you can use if you are going to have a hard time manipulating the formula. So these are the ones you can use it, but I'll use one formula here. Okay, so let's start with example number 1. This is the right triangle here. This side is 10 meter. This is 13 meter, and this one is x. So step number 1, draw a picture. We did that, and then they said we need to label it. Okay, so side that is opposite to the 90-degree angle is called the hypotenuse. This is the leg, and that is the second leg. Okay. Okay, so now then we need to do just substitute the values into the formula. Okay, so now I need to find the hypotenuse. Your C is hypotenuse. A and B represents the legs. Okay, so now this is the formula number 1. We are going to use it. So I'll put it here. C square equal A square plus B square. So what is ever C? We don't know what is that. That is equal to x square equal A. It's this is A or this is B. Sorry, these one can be changed, so you can label this one A, this one B, or you can say this one A and this one B. These can be labeled however you want, but this is always going to be your C. So A is going to be, I'll put a 10 here, plus B is equal to 13 to the power 2. So this is going to be x squared equal 10 to the power 2 is 100, plus 13 to the power 2 is 169. Okay, so now here we need to solve what x is. X squared equal 100 plus 169 is 269. So we have x squared equal 269, but we need to find what x is here. So this is a square. The opposite of a square is, we always do the inverse, it's a square root. So we are going to take the square root of 269. On your calculator, make sure you know how to take the square root of a number. So it's x equal 16.4. Just round it to the 10th, just one digit after decimal. We started with the meter units, so here I'll put a meter here. So x is equal to 16.4 meters. Okay, so let's do one more example. Okay, so here's example number 2. In this example, I have the hypotenuse given to me, and then I need to find, so this is a 20 centimeter, this one is x, this one is a 12 centimeter. So here, that little square, just ask yourself what that little square means. That's a right triangle. This represents a 90-degree angle. Okay, so the side opposite to the 90-degree angle, what do we call that? Starts with H, is called the hypotenuse. So this is our leg, and that is the second leg. On your formula, we have A, B, C. So this is our C, this is our A, and this is our B. As I said before, this can be A, this can be B. These one you can switch around, but C cannot be replaced with A or B. There were three formulas given to you. So C square equal A square plus B square. When we need to find hypotenuse, we will use formula number 1. Formula number 2 was if you need to find A square, so it will be C square minus B square. Number 3 was if you need to find a B square, it's a C square minus A square. So now let's say we labeled this one A. We need to find A. So I am going to use formula number 2. Okay. So it will be A square equal C square minus B square. What's my A? X square equals C square is a 20 to the power 2 minus B is a 12 to the power 2. So this one is x square equal 20 to the power 2. 20 times 20, that is 400. Common mistakes I've seen, students say 20 times 2. It's not a 20 times 2. It's a 20 times 20 is 400. Minus 12 to the power 2, it's 144. So here x squared equal 400 minus 144. What is that? 256. Are we done? No, right? Because this is x squared. Last step is the square root. So take the square root of 256 on your calculator. Take the square root of 256. It is going to be 16. This is our final answer. I did two examples here. This will help you to do your assignment number 1. And the last question I'm going to do, it's a word problem. It says, if a 14-meter long ramp is put at a dock that is 3-meter high. So let's draw a triangle. Sorry, my dogs are barking, if you can hear. Okay, so 14-meter long ramp. This is the ramp. 14-meter. Something is used to load or unload stuff, or especially for wheelchairs. That's a ramp. Dock that is 3-meter high. This is 3-meter. And how far is the bottom of the ramp from the dock? They are asking how far is the ramp from here to here. Okay, so this is going to be x. Now we are going to label the sides. This is our hypotenuse. This is the leg, and that is also the leg. Okay, so formula here, we have to find one of the leg. So I'll just put a square equal c square minus b square. So this is going to be a, b, and c. Okay, so now c square is a 14 to the power 2 minus b is 3 to the power 2. Brackets are not necessary, but you can just put them if you want. Okay, so a square equal 14 to the power 2 on your calculator. So if you guys can pause the video, type 14 times 14. What do you get? That is 196. 3 to the power 2 is 9. So we are going to subtract 196, 9 from 196, a square equal. So I got here 187. Now I need to find what a is. This is a squared. This is the value of a squared. So in order to find what a is, I need to take the square root of 187. So our answer is that little squiggly equal means is approximately is 13.7. Since we started with the meters, this is also going to be in meters. So this is our answer here. I will create another video tomorrow to help you do your assignment number 1. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, you guys can post your questions on Teams. Ask any of your sporting teachers. All right, bye-bye.